Okay, in this episode we're going to look at part one of the driver wing, where we deal with the inner and outer wing both here and here. Right, in this episode I'm going to start, I don't know if I'll finish or if I'll skip ahead to something else. We're going to start looking at this fender, the wing. I don't really want to have to take it off if I can avoid it, so we'll start by cleaning up along here. Obviously I'm going to have to fix this, so we'll clean up and see if I think I'm going to have to cut it all out, much like the other side, but we'll give this all a clean and we'll clean up around here. And I think we'll have a little clean on the inside as well in here to see what it all looks like. And we're also going to go along here and see what this is all going to look like, and if it's full of holes or if it's... see, lots of bits will come off it, but I don't know if that's... I think it might be leaving metal behind or not. So we'll give everything a clean first. And then we'll go from there. Still quite haven't decided how to tackle this. You can see, hopefully I've got it in the image, just how much filler is in here. So whoever worked on this before me, similar approach to me in terms of get it as close as you can and then fill it. Clearly this bit's going to have to be replaced, but given I have to make that myself anyway because you can't buy it, and we know what we've got to do there. Now I could buy both an inner and an outer wheel arch like I did on the other side. I don't particularly want to, so I'm looking at how to fix the outer arch, and I do have the other side as a template, but I could build a piece for this, okay, which basically comes around and then it flattens out a bit as it goes underneath, which I can then connect up to whatever I build here. So I could do that. Or I could do, and then I could do smaller patch on this side, or I could try to do the whole thing. But as soon as I cut this out along here, I know I'm going to end up having to get in, because I can see, I mean, some of it it's just been falling out, but you know, some of this rust in here, you know, on the inner wheel arch. As soon as I cut this out, I'm going to get a better view of that. So one of the things I'm thinking about is if I should, I could cut out the wheel arch from the outside, you know, sort of along here. Alright, if I did that, I could then fix it, fix it so that it goes back, and I would know exactly how it goes because I would cut it out of there, and you know, all of that kind of stuff. And that would then give me access to get into the inner wheel arch and do that as well. Alright, assuming that I can maintain my reference points about where everything goes, because I've actually cut it out, and so I would know how it fits back in. So I could take that approach. Or what I could do is I could try to fix it on the outside without worrying about the inner arch initially. If I'm happy with that, then I could cut it out at that point. And if I'm not happy with it, then I know I have to buy the outer arch. And because I won't have cut it out, I'll have a better idea about where to cut, because I'll have one to come in and put on there. Oh, so many choices. So I'm thinking about which way to do it still. I haven't quite decided. Maybe what I'll do is I'll start with this bit up here, and I can, because I know I've got to do this anyway. I could start with this and then see what it looks like. So I've decided to start with a couple of smaller patches and see how it goes. So I cut out something that's an approximate shape to cover this area. I'm now going to take a grinder and grind along here until I've got it matching the curve. I'll then trim it down on the top side as well to match the curve. That should give me this piece, hopefully. I'll then do the flange and weld those together. Once we've got that done, we'll try cutting it out and seeing what needs to happen on the inside in order to fix that as well. I'm fairly certain I'm the only person that continues to be amazed by this, but I just wanted to show in a bit more detail. So this is just a flat piece along here, which I've cut to fit. And then underneath I've cut a straight bit of flange. And then when I've tried to fit that in place, just to show you how much this contours, you can see it meets, well, it's hidden slightly. Actually, I need to pull it out a little bit in the middle. And yes, at the edges, just on this little bit here, it's already sticking out by that much. Which shows you just how much shape, I guess, there is within that wing. Anyway, so we're going to, I think it's in the right place here, so we're going to weld along, I think. We're going to tack it in place, weld it from the inside and see what we've got. This bit is now ready. But when I bring it in, it will all come up about 1 millimetre because that's the thickness of the metal. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut it out along the edges, and then I'm going to not cut all the way up. I'm going to cut, I don't know, cut this bit of arch around in here somewhere to take it off. That way I can see what it looks like on the inner wheel arch. When I come to weld this in, if I line up the bottom properly, I can then work out how to trim this off a bit more. And I think I'd rather trim this a bit more than getting closer to the with the lip where it flips over to the bend. So yeah, so the next bit is I'm going to cut out along here and in the middle a bit and see if I can work out what's going on the inside. So this is the view under the wheel arch. This is the section that I built the outer wheel arch for. This is what we've got inside, which I've started cleaning up. Now this metal here is really thin and hard to clean, and it's got this protective stuff on it, which is hard to clean from underneath on your back with limited room, but that's what we got. And I've also got, this is the cable that goes to the electricity that goes to the side indicator. So I've got to protect that somehow. But it should be too hard to move that out the way. So we're going to try this the same way as we've done the outside. I think I can't decide if I'm going to build a piece that goes across here first and then down. That might be the most sensible, or if I build the vertical bit like I did last time and then add this on. I haven't quite decided, but I'm definitely going to have to come up here a bit and cut out, and it's going to be quite thin here. And although I need to replace this on the outer flange, the inner one I think around here feels okay, so hopefully I'll just have to clean that off and just replace the outer bit. So that's what we're going to try. We're going to start with a bit across here, I think, and go from there. So this is the first bit of the inner arch, and what I've done is cut out a piece and then put on a lip so that I can lap weld it in place. I started doing the lip along the wrong edge, but never mind. And so I'm going to weld it in here So that should be nice and secure then, and then I can do the bit that comes down and all of that stuff. Keep it in camera, Henry. It's getting quite dark, or it's beginning to, so I'm gonna weld this in place now, and then I'm gonna come out again tomorrow. What I did on the inner wing was I did a flat piece on the inside, just straight to here, and I used a lap weld there, so that's well in there. And then, given this was then a flat edge, I did a flat piece straight down, and then I trimmed it off to get the curve, and then welded on the flange. So from this side it doesn't look great, but from the other side you can't see it, and this is going to get hidden. And then this piece, in theory, comes in here, like that, and welds into place. So I'm going to give these a bit of a paint on the inside there. I'm going to give this a bit of paint on the inside. I'm going to put in some holes so that I can weld it along here, and then we're going to look to fit in it. So that's the first bit done. Along here I've also done a bit of flange further along to about here, so this top bit's now done. This is going to be the hardest, so we're going to leave that for now. I'll now do this bit here, following the same approach, but that's taken me a long time. So that's I started that yesterday, a couple hours yesterday, about 3 hours today, so that's at least 5 hours to get this done. So I don't know if I'm going to start on this today or not, or if I'll hold off tomorrow. No, not tomorrow, tomorrow's Christmas Day, so if I'll hold off until the 27th in fact. But this is what I'll do next, and same approach. I'll cut a piece for the outside to shape. I will add on a flange. I will cut it out. I'll deal with what's inside. I'll put them back together. Oh, that sounds easy. Oh, that doesn't sound like it'll take me long at all. Maybe I'll do it now. I've got my two pieces for the outer wheel arch here, and just because I know everyone else is as infatuated by it as me, but you can see how it's so wide here, and then near in, and this was just a straight piece that thick, wide. So you know, you can see that this really does as a panel. That arch moves in and out all over the place. So the outside bit is done. Slight different approach this time in that I went for straight lines along these bits, which I think will make it easier for me to cut and weld in place. So I'm going to stop for today. I'll be back out on Monday the 27th, and at that point we'll cut out and get inside on the inner wheel arch and try to sort that bit as well. Well, good morning everyone, hope you had a great Christmas. We spent hours playing poker with the family, teaching them how to play Texas Hold'em, which was won by my son and sister-in-law. First thing we're going to do today, getting back to this, is get to the inside and sort the inner wheel arch. So we'll cut that out and take a look. So we've got the inner wheel arch in place there. It's still hot because I just welded it. Yeah. So we're going to get some paint on this side. Going to get some paint on the inside of the outer wheel arch, and we're going to make some lunch, and then we're going to come back and put those in place. And there we have that now welded in place. So we're going to finish this. So we're going to obviously I'll put some filler on to get our shape back. I might need to grind it down a bit more here actually. But we've got basically our shape for this bit, and it's all solid again, so that's really good. I could also cut a bit out in here, but that's good. So I'm happy with that progress. Next episode we're gonna do this bit and the front bit, which we've already done on the other side, but we'll do it here as well. And hopefully that'll be just one episode and we'll get done as part 2 of the driver front wing. So that's all we got for this episode. You know, cool.